This is the second video in the series of teaching your child how to solve the Rubik's Cube. In the first video we covered the white cross and the route to get into the white cross, the daisy. If you've not covered that already, so if you can't on your own solve the white cross, then watch that video and then come back here. Alright, so what we're going to do now, the end result will be is that we've got all of the white side solved. So not only is it white on this side, but as we follow along this layer here, then you've got all reds here on that layer, all blues here. So it's that whole one layer of the cube is solved. Okay. So what we want to do is on the previous video, we'd started out on the yellow side, and that's where we're going to stay. So the white cross is on the bottom. Although it's nice to see that white cross, it's really tempting to take a look. We know it's solved, so let's put it to the bottom, and that allows us to see the unsolved parts of the cube. So we've got that now. We can forget about that unless we muddle it up. Okay, so what we want to focus on are the four corners that have white in them. And so what I first do is I have a look on the top layer and I find one of the four here that has white. If there aren't any, then you'll have to bring one of these up, and I'll show you how to do that later. Well, in fact, why don't we show you now? So if there were none on top, and there are for me, then you've got this one down here. So then what you want to do is just bring this up to the top. Now, if you've done that, then you need to make sure that you're dropping this back down again, because if you left that up, then you'd soon mess up your white cross. Okay, so you can just lift it up and then do some moves like this and then drop it down again. Okay, so that's what you do if you've got a piece stuck down here. So what we want to do now is identify one of these four corners that has a white face. And why don't we do this one here? So here it is. We've got the white, blue and red. Now, how I'm holding the cube is not how I want you to hold the cube. You should be seeing this side, so you would be holding it like this. And this is the important piece, this one here. So let's keep a good eye on that one. Right, so we've got white here, and the other two colours are blue and red. So what you should do is move this piece between the blue and red, because it needs to go there. So bring it to here. And I like to tell the children to look at these two like their eyes. Okay, so what we do here is when you've got the cube like this, you've got the left side, as you look at it, is the blue and the right side is the red. Okay, so what you want to do is, this is in the wrong orientation, but we're going to repeat these moves until this is spun around and it's ready to drop down. Okay, so what we do is we lift this up here, and then this corner piece is back there. Then we move this to the front, and we just do a check and say, is that white? If it isn't, if this face is not white, because the white's there. So if it was here or here, then it's not white here. So it's not white there, that's the important thing. Well, what we do is we move this along, and then we drop this back down. And then we bring this back to where it started. And then we repeat the process. So we lift this up, and then we move it forward. Is it white there? Yes, it is. So drop it down. And now that corner piece is solved. So we move on to the next one, and here's the next one. So this is white, orange and blue. So we move that between the orange and blue, and we do the same process. We lift this side up, and then we move it forward. Is it white there? Yes, drop it down. Now we've solved that one. So that's two of the corners solved. The next one I'm going to work on is this one, and it's already between the correct centres, these two. So we lift this up, move it forward, then move the corner forward. Is it white there? No. So move it along and drop this down, and then bring this back to between these two centres. Then you lift it up again, bring it forward. Is it white there? Yes, it is. So drop it down. Great. So we have one left, and it's this one here. So this is the white, green, and red. So we need to move that between the green and red centers. And then we do the same process again. We lift this up, move it forward. And is it white there? No. So move it along. And then drop that down. And then we bring this back to between these two centers. Here it is again. Lift it up. Here it is back here. Bring it forward. Is it white there? Yes, it is. Drop it down. And that is all the white side solved. All that layer solved. So this is a really good way of teaching children how to do it. There are quicker ways of getting the corners in, and we can cover that in an advanced video. In fact, some of your children will spot how to do it in an easier way. But don't worry if they don't. The focus should be to just repeat that process and just do that. When you're doing that confidently, we're ready for the next layer, and we're going to focus on, in the next video, solving these middle layer edges, and there are just 4 pieces to position, just like there were in the previous 2 stages. We focused on 4 pieces, and we'll do that in the next video. And after the next video, we'll have solved the bottom 2 layers of the cube, and we can focus on the last layer, which is more complex. But don't worry about that now. Just worry about the problem in front of you. Just focus on doing the corners. So watch this video over a few times, you get confident with it, and then present it to your children. Okay, let me know how you get on, and if you've got any questions. Thanks.